Right, hey, what's going on to all of my Scorpios? Uh, hope y'all are having a great day. Better day than I am. Really sick, messed up right now. Y'all, after this, y'all ain't gonna see me until something like Thursday. I'm taking Wednesday off. So the cards that I come up with are the Eight of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Chariot, the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Cups, the Magician, the King of Wands, Queen of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here for you Scorpios, right? Maybe you Scorpios told somebody that you ain't playing that, and that if they're not going to be real with you, then don't try to run game on you in the first place. Well, you told them that, but then you have the Seven of Swords and the Chariot. They didn't care. They still played the same games. So now you Scorpios are looking at them like, shake my head. Do you know how downstairs that is? To where you let somebody know that you know what the dating pool is and how lame it is, and how you know people often see what it is that they think that they want, but they end up misconstruing a lot of things. They essentially look for dysfunctional characters. They look for dysfunctional people to be with, and then they constantly complaining about it. So the Seven of Wands is you, Scorpios. Y'all already know that. So you Scorpios are like, look, you ain't even dealing with this. The Seven of Cups. This is a situation for you where you're really, you have other people, you have other options, but you know, do you know how dysfunctional it is to where you could tell somebody directly that the type of delusions that they're going to play, and they still do it anyway. you know that's I'll say that's a person who's hopelessly gone. you know like there's no form of them coming back ever. you know the fact that you tell them that you know what game they're playing, and then they still run the same game anyway, and then they act like the games are supposed to affect you. So the Magician represents Scorpio. Okay. The Magician can represent Scorpio, Virgo, or Gemini. But obviously, since we're doing a reading for Scorpio, obviously this represents you. So the Magician, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. Okay. King of Wands, Queen of Wands, Magician. Um, you really don't need to be with them. Like I said before, it's really the delusion that they have, that they're more important than you are. And there's no kind of evidence that really backs that up. But this is what happens to a lot of people in the dating pool. A lot of people spend way too much time uh, looking down on other people who they really shouldn't be doing that to. Because it's always this. They gotta go hard in the paint. They gotta go extra hard to give a person a difficult time, and there's no justification for that. They're trying to run these games on you, and you're Scorpios. Y'all wrote the book on games. You know, y'all know exactly what kind of games that they're playing. And like I said, if you've been over here on this channel, you very much so are aware of what's happening. It's just that these people are too caught up in their own um, sense of self-worth to get over themselves. And vainglory is really a thing, because vainglory, it really gets a lot of people caught up, because um, they don't seem to understand that people are not playing with them, and they really exhausting their own time, right? Because they essentially crying wolf a little bit too much. But what happens when they cry wolf just a little bit too much? What happens with that? You know, the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, now they wish that you were back because you left them. You know, you definitely left them. You Seven of Cups, you began talking to other people. You may have even told them that you have other people. And it was like they still was trying to act like they didn't care. Okay. So you Scorpios pretty much did what it is that you did. You went off and you started hanging out with other people. And now these people are salty about it because the Queen of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles, they're trying to make it seem like they didn't care. They don't care about what you've got going on. But at the same time, now that you're off doing your own thing, um, now all of a sudden they care, right? They're trying to tell you, they're trying to tell you, you'll never, you know, you'll never find somebody as good as them. And it's like you Scorpios wasn't even in a relationship with this person for that long. You were just getting to know them. And this person already thinks that they're the best match for you that you've ever had. And this is the point that I'm trying to make. Like, it's the delusion, rearing its ugly head. The idea that, like I said, too many people really, like I said, it's sad. It really is. You know, Scorpio, they trying too hard, trying to, bring you down and get you upset. You don't care about that. You Scorpios don't care about that. What you Scorpios care about is quality. Y'all don't care about quantity. And again, a lot of people get that wrong. You know, they think that Scorpio is automatically going to be dysfunctional in that regard, where they can't be with one person. And that's not necessarily really the case at all. Um, at all. They think that that's what it is. And that's exactly what it is. It's a thought. Um, but it's not a very well planned out thought. So let's clarify the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups, the Six of Cups. To clarify the Seven of Cups, you have the Six of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and the Magician. Right. So the Six of Cups, they're gonna come back when they start to see you talk to other people. Because like I said, it's that stench of they me think thou art protest too much. Like they try and they played. You know what I mean? Like they were dysfunctional and playing all of these tactics and doing all this and doing all that. And you Scorpios pretty much had your eye on the prize. Like if a loving relationship is going to work out, then it's just going to be just that. It's going to be a loving relationship. It's not going to be a relationship in which it's not going to be a relationship in which uh, it's going to be people, you know what I mean, running game and doing all this stuff and, manipulating and playing. And the thing is that the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords, so two nine cards back to back, is about, but again, they still can't get over their ego. So the Nine of Swords is that you may be perceiving things incorrectly where you think that you have to get an apology from them, because more than likely they're never going to apologize to you. They're too, again, you got to understand, people who have that mentality, they're really, and I've said this before, they're really not the brightest bulb on a tree, nor are they the sharpest knife in the drawer. So you have to treat these people as such. You Scorpios really have to start treating people who waste your time and try, all these manipulative tricks. You Scorpios really do have to start treating these people like just that. That the lights are on, as far as in their mind, the lights are on. but that elevator doesn't that elevator doesn't go all the way to the top. That these people may be a little bit lacking in the mental area. And the magician now, you all right? Okay. The magician now, right, represents Scorpio. So it's just how pronounced you are, where, you know, it's amazing how these people now turn around and try to make it seem like, nah, don't do that. But again, they're not your parent. They're not your parent. They don't have to, you know, they don't have to, this, you know what I mean? Like, they're not your parent. So um, they're trying to control you and control this and control that. That's a person, who has some serious issues. Like, I was doing a live stream a few hours ago tonight, but you'll see this the next day. But I was doing a live stream, and at the end somebody was talking about how it is that all of us cheat. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But this person didn't pay attention to how strategically I was, number one, showing and proving that not everybody cheats, and that in fact I don't cheat. So this person just made themselves look and put themselves out there on Front Street because they're trying to find so much of a hard time trying to dig for something that isn't there, no matter how they try to slice that. So, and it's the same thing with you Scorpios. These people are trying a little bit too hard to prove something. And again, when you see people who do stuff like that, they honestly make themselves look terrible because they doing too much. Like, you ever, like, for instance, like seeing an adult try to prove that they're better than you. It's some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, you live in your life and this person is a notorious competitor. Imagine that. Like, you sitting right next to, like you standing in the checkout line at the store, and you have somebody right next to you trying to compete with you or whatnot, like, whatever. It's like, some of these people are not wrapped too tight, you know what I mean? And then you have the magician. So so let's clarify the magician. Yeah. Just leave it right there. That's for me. Okay. All right. All right. So to clarify the magician, we have the Seven of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, the Strength, and the Two of Swords. So the Seven of Wands is that, again, you've already won, Scorpio. You've already won because you already know what time this person is on. They're trying too hard to prove something, and it's really revealing them for who they are. Now, the Six of Pentacles and the Strength represents, but they can't necessarily turn it off. So it's not up to you anymore to tell them to stop. You just have to continue to let them do it because, like I said, you do have some people who are not mentally up there. They're pretty much, in all intensive purposes, they can survive in the sense that the survival mechanism is good, right? They can eat and sleep and find a place to live, but it doesn't go anywhere past the ego. You start to see that, they're very much so caught up in their own story that they're telling themselves. You just have to pay attention to the story. Like I said, excuse me if I'm going a little bit slow. It's because kind of sick right now, or very sick, I should say. And I'm taking a break, so for like a day. So um, the Two of Swords now represents, right, this being a situation for you where, but on the inside though, they're really hoping that you don't leave. So it is what it is, But they got themselves caught up in that situation though, because so it's this weird entanglement, for lack of a better term, that you have with this person. Now, if you want to break free from this person, my dear Scorpio, I suggest you just stop talking to them. Even if they try to come back, don't even let them come back. Because again, they're too caught up in their own philosophy, in their own delusion, to understand that you don't need them. And the story that they're telling in their head, because remember, I did a video talking about why the dating pool is trash. I don't necessarily know if that's the title of the video, but I made a video talking about why the dating pool is trash. And you could go check that out. And in the video, I was talking about how the people who do all this stunting, if you ever really pay attention to them, they've always got some sort of mental issue going on. You know what I mean? They're not the best and the brightest. They're not wrapped right. There's something off. Every time I've noticed this, every single time there's something off. When you really look a little deeper, right? When you look deeper up underneath the microscope and you really examine that and you really look at it and really pay attention to what's going on. Most of the times, especially if you're being an upstanding person, it's not you that's really the problem. What the problem is, it's them and their inability to act like they have common sense for whatever, with whatever type of story they're telling themselves. They've aimed it at you, but no matter what type of philosophy they go by or whatever it is that they tell themselves, they're caught up in a situation where this is why their relationships are so unsuccessful. So let's clarify the Nine of Pentacles. you know so to clarify, the Star, the Judgment, the Three of Wands, yeah, and the King and the Page of Wands. So um can you make me some tea? Okay. So the Star card represents this being the situation for you where the Star is about you moving forward, right? But again, they're wishing, you know what I mean, that, how do I say this? They're still caught up in their own delusion of seeing what it is that they're trying to make real, even though it's not actually manifesting. And the Judgment is that they're trying to put you on ice and be like, well, yeah, because I'm cutting you off because you're not really on my level. And the Three of Wands and the Page of Wands is you being like, all right, cool, not a problem. This is easy. And again, them really having a problem with that. So that's pretty much it so far. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm trying to get this YouTube channel to, I don't know, 10,000 subscribers by the end of June. I'm just trying to see if I could get that big, if it's even possible. But I really appreciate y'all getting me to 3,500 subscribers plus. Y'all are the best. You know what I mean? Like I said, appreciate y'all. Um, what was I going to say? Please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop these videos. Thanks again.